Hello, everyone. This is part 4 and the final part of our look at Psalm 127. Here are Solomon's 3 lessons so far in our study. Let's move on to verses 3 and 4 of Psalm 127. In my ESV, they read this way: Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. A very literal translation looks like this: Look, an inheritance from Yahweh are sons. A wage is the fruit of the womb. Like arrows in the hand of a mighty man are, so are sons of the young men. Note first the interjection, look. Solomon is saying, in effect, wow, you've got to see this. I usually say that about sunsets. How about you? Note second that Solomon then thinks of 2 metaphors and a simile to describe what sons are like. 1, they are an inheritance from Yahweh himself. 2, they are a paycheck from the Lord. 3, they are like arrows that will hit the mark every time. What Solomon means to say here is that sons, and remember he is speaking in his culture, not ours, are a source of material blessing and are an effective, useful extension of their fathers. Because that is true, blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies in the gate, says my ESV. Here again is a literal translation. Oh, the happinesses of the man who fills full his quiver with them. He shall not be ashamed. Here the Hebrew pauses. When they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Note first the expression of great joy in seeing the value of many sons. Remember that joy is one of the predictable byproducts of doing life God's way. Note second that Solomon fills us in on the significant fact about sons being the extensions of their father. They will one day be the source of victory. Quote, they will not be ashamed, unquote, which means they shall not be defeated. Note third the place of their victory. It will be in the gates of the city. That's where all the legal transactions are carried out. What Solomon means in this verse is, it is truly a blessing to have many sons, because they will eventually be a source of great security when a father becomes old. See how he brings the whole psalm to conclusion by blending family, stanza 1, with security, stanza 2. And remember that all this blessing requires the help of God. Here is Solomon's lesson number 4. With God's help, we can raise a family that provides security for its vulnerable members. As many of you know, my mom has recently come to live with us. She just turned 87. She is right now living out the truth of this psalm. There are so many things that she can no longer do or no longer do well, but she is living with her son and daughter-in-law, who can do many of these things that she cannot. I want you to know that she constantly thanks God for this new arrangement. She sees it as a blessing from God. Susan and I, in turn, thank God constantly for our children, who from time to time become our teachers and helpers also. Applying this verse demands that parents appreciate their children and teach them the God-honoring responsibility of caring for their aged parents when it is their turn. And as someone said, be kind to your kids. They will be the ones choosing your nursing home.